In this video, I'm just going to show you a 10-minute yoga movement practice that you can do. You just get up out of your chair, move for 10 minutes, and then go back to what you're doing. Hey, real quick, if you just want to get straight to the guided movement, you can go ahead and fast forward to this time indicated below. We are in the 21st century, and this is a time in human history where humans are less active. We move less with our bodies than we ever have, to my knowledge, in human history. And as a result, we're seeing raises in all kinds of disease that never really existed before. Now, it's not just movements, nutrition plays into that, lifestyle plays into that, environmental factors play into that. So don't think that I'm just saying if you move, you're going to solve all the world's problems. However, movement is a necessary component of all forms of life. And if you stop doing it, things start to deteriorate. So it's more important than it really ever has been that we do, in fact, take the time to intentionally move our bodies every single day. And sometimes when you're looking at an exercise program and you think, oh, well, to exercise, to be healthy, I have to go to the gym, get a membership. It's going to take 2 hours out of my day between driving there and all this money and all this time. You don't need to go to the gym to work out. You don't even need to change your clothes. You don't need to work out for an hour straight. You don't need to get a sweat even for it to be enough movement to stay healthy. You can move for 5 minutes a day and do that several times throughout the day. And if you do that every day, that would be enough to stay healthy and keep your body healthy. Yes, doing more is great, but not everybody can afford that in terms of money or time. So 5 minutes, get up out of your chair and move your body. It doesn't matter how you do it, just move it. If you like squats and push-ups, do squats and push-ups. If you like yoga, do a few yoga poses. So I'm Anthony Davis, and I am the creator of Shapeshift Wellness. And in this video, I'm just going to show you a 10-minute yoga movement practice that you can do. You just get up out of your chair, move for 10 minutes, and then go back to what you're doing. Your blood starts pumping, get that blood to your brain, and come back to your activities with a freshened sense of mind and your body not aching and, yelling at you while you're doing it. So join me and let's move. All right, first things first, stand up. If we spend all day sitting, I don't want you exercising in a chair. So stand up, get on your two legs, and feel what that feels like. Put your arms out wide, put your feet a little bit wide, and just take up some space for a minute. Let's just take 3 breaths together to kind of intentionally focus on our own bodies, and then we can begin to move our bodies. So take a breath in through your nose, nice and slow. And let it out through your mouth, like you're fogging a mirror. Nice breath in through your nose. Take up space. And exhale through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. Expand through your chest. And exhale through your mouth. Cool. Let your arms down by your sides. And I'd like you to keep your head facing straight forward and just start to gently swing your arms from side to side as you turn your torso. So allow your arms to just kind of be limp and allow them to swing from side to side. Nice and easy. Good. Keep your head pointing forward so that every time you turn in one direction, you're actually allowing some rotation of your cervical spine, that's your neck, as you do it, because your shoulders end up turning to the opposite direction. But rather than turning your head from side to side, you keep it forward, because I think a lot of people, if they turn their head like this, they might get a little bit dizzy. So we're just trying to avoid that dizziness. Cool? Okay, allow your arms to just return back to a neutral position. And let's take the feet just a little bit wider and just start to bend your knees a little bit. One knee at a time. So just bend a little into the right knee, a little into the left knee, a little into the right, a little into the left. Just a little movement. Kind of sit back on your heels a little bit so your weight is a little back. You do that by kind of sending your butt backwards behind you. Keep your shoulders drawn sort of back and your chest lifted up. Not because that's the perfect position, but just because it's probably not the position you usually occupy. So we're trying to do things that are a little different than what you usually do with the majority of your time. Not because one is better, but because variation is important. Okay, now get those feet a little bit wider if you're comfortable with that, and bend those knees a little deeper. So we're just rocking from side to side. We're creating some space here in the adductors. Those are the inner thigh muscles. And we're letting our knees get hydrated. So anytime you move a joint, we're moving that synovial fluid, and that carries nutrients to your cartilage, which requires movement to stay healthy. So some tissues in your body just don't get nourished if you don't move. Cool. Now with this, let's add the arms. So let's move so that your right knee is bent, and then take your left hand and imagine that you were some kind of superhero that could shoot energy beams out of your hand. And take your left hand and imagine that over to your right side, you're going to just shoot a beam of energy over towards some evil doer. Okay? And then you're going to inhale, straighten that right knee. Imagine you're charging a ball of energy that you're going to shoot at evildoer over to the left side. So you inhale, charge that ball, and then shoot it at the person over to your left, right? So you just kind of inhale, come through center, and then exhale, push with your left hand to your right and turn towards your right. Inhale to center, and then exhale to the left. Okay, so we're staying in a low stance here. Inhale, center. Keep both knees bent as you move to center. Exhale, push to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, push with your left hand, turn to the right. Inhale to center, collecting. And exhale, release it to the left. One more time to each side. Inhale, center, stay low. Exhale to your right with your left hand. Inhale to center. Use your right hand to push to the left. Okay, back to center. And then let's walk your feet back towards one another. Turn sideways if you're on a yoga mat. And step to the top of your yoga mat if you're using one. Okay, so I just want you to step your left foot backwards so that you're in a long lunge stance. Then reach your hands up to the sky. And let's just pause here for a moment. So straighten your back leg so that'll put some more tension on the front of your left hip. Lift up through your heart and push up through your fingertips. Now, if it feels comfortable to clasp your left wrist with your right hand, do so. Take a breath in. And when you exhale, just lean a little bit to the right. Let's just hold this for 2 breaths, okay? In through your nose. Out. If you like exhaling through your mouth, that's fine. Inhale through your nose. Just try to breathe slowly and exhale. On your next inhale, straighten your hands up towards the sky. And then exhale, step forward. Good. Step your right foot back. Nice long stance here. The reason we're taking a long stance is just to increase the lengthening sensation on the front side of the right hip. Reach your hands up to the sky and hold for just a moment. Push up through your hands, straighten your back knee. and squeeze your right butt cheek. That's going to put more tension onto the front of the right hip. We're doing this because this is the opposite of what you usually do with your hips, right? Usually your hips are bent like you're trying to hug your knees into your chest. That's kind of the way we sit at a desk. So we're just trying to do the opposite. Good. Clasp your right wrist with your left hand if it feels comfortable. Take a breath in here, expand up to the sky, and then exhale and lean to the left. Stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Reach back up. And exhale, step forward. One last thing that we'll do here, nice and simple. Step to the middle of your mat if you're using one. And all we're going to do is step your left foot back a little bit. Take your left hand, your right foot should be forward, and then you don't have to keep a totally straight front leg, so maybe a little bend, but just reach down and tap the floor right next to your right foot with your left hand, okay? And then straighten up, reach your right hand to the sky and lift your left knee with it, okay? So step back with your left foot, reach your left hand down, touch the floor next to your right foot with your left hand, and then come back to an upright posture, reach your right hand up to the sky and lift your left knee, okay? Exhale, step back, touch the floor. Inhale up, reach up, left knee up, right arm up. Step back, left hand touches the ground, right leg stretch. Inhale, reach up, breathe out. Okay, one more back, breathe out. And one more up, breathe in. Okay, step your foot just to neutral and we'll do the other side. So step your right foot back, left foot forward. Not totally straight, just a little bend in your knee. Take your right hand, reach down and just touch the floor next to your left foot. Notice I'm not taking a pyramid stance. It's a kind of a short stance that I'm taking. Okay, now straighten up, lift your right knee, reach your left hand up to the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, step your right foot back, touch the floor next to your left foot with your right hand. Inhale up, left arm up, right knee up. Exhale, step back, touch the floor with your right hand. Inhale up, left arm, right knee up. Exhale back. Inhale up. One more time back. And one more time up. Step to neutral. Good. Fold forward, place your hands on the floor, step your feet back, and push into downward facing dog. We're just going to hold here for 5 breaths. Inhale through your nose, and exhale slowly. Try to push through your hands and spin your arms in a way so that if you were to bend your arms, your elbows would move back towards your feet rather than flaring out to the sides. Try to lift through your tailbone. You don't have to straighten your knees, okay? You don't need to put unnecessary strain on the backs of your legs. Take 2 more breaths here. Exhale your knees down to the floor, hips back to your heels. Rest your head for a moment. We'll just take 3 breaths here. Close your eyes.
If you'd like to stay here, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, let's conclude this short practice.
You can sit up. Sit up nice and tall. So just a little bit of movement, get the blood flowing, nothing to get you too sweaty so you can go right back to work and get right back to it if you need to do that. You could do this several times throughout the day. If this is a little long, then you could just pick one exercise that feels especially good. If just doing the lunges feels good, then just do those, and just do a pose, take a few breaths, do the pose on the other side, take a few breaths, and then if you got to get back to what you were doing, that's fine, do it. It doesn't take much, but it is important to give yourself frequent breaks, really every 30 minutes to an hour. You need to get up and move your legs a little bit if you sit at a desk all day. Or if you stand all day, do the opposite. Don't get up and move your legs and too much. Think about maybe doing some gentler things, maybe on the floor, some restorative types of yoga poses, or something with your arms or something like that. Just whatever you're doing, try doing something different regularly. Thank you for joining me on this practice, and I'll see you next time.